All right, I'm gonna try this again with the YouTube app on my phone. The I think last time when I turn my phone sideways, I get a little thing in the corner that asks me if I want to like change the what's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, it'll come to me. Um, the orientation, and I didn't do that last time. I think that's the reason it kept it vertical. So I did that this time. I'm hoping it's not upside down. We're gonna find out. I hope I don't have to like spend 3 hours trying to figure out how to rotate it again. But the picture quality is really high right now, which probably means that the video size is going to be massive. So this video may get, I may have to splice a couple of, because it'll only go to 4 gigs on my phone, I think, on the file. Once it hits that, it starts creating a second file, and then I have to combine the two together. Anyway, sorry, that was a minute of me rambling on something. So, what was the first day of CDL school like? CDL University. Class sizes are a maximum of 5. Today was the first day. I'm going to try to get a quick summary video up before the national championship game. It's, man. All right, real quick about this game. This is a really good game. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. I think that like Clemson is an amazing team and LSU is an amazing team. I think LSU might dominate Clemson though. I told my buddy Josh that, which thanks for the thumbs up, Josh. I've had one thumbs up on all my videos and I've had one comment. I'm really disappointed that the one comment was not Josh. It's some person I don't know, and they told me good luck on getting into trucking, and then told me that 90% or like 80% of people quit trucking in the first 90 days. So kind of a mixed signal there. um, I but I appreciate it anyway. Um, but this game, I told Josh. Let me see what I told him. I think I told him 42-17 LSU, and he picked LSU to win as well. But let me scroll up. He picked LSU 35-31. Burrows just looks so amazing. Like I watched the last game that he played against OU, and now OU doesn't have a very good defense. But man, he just I've seen him play a couple of games, and he's just making the right pass every time. And his accuracy, I think they said he's like 88% on the season. It's unheard of. It's just crazy how good they are. Clemson is an amazing team, but LSU is just on another level. And they shut down OU. They have an absolutely incredible defense. Anyway, that's all I'll say about the game. We're only 3 minutes in. I got like 40 minutes left. So, so let me just summarize the day. Man, I wish there was a pause button. I gotta cough real quick. Sorry. Um, so I got there real early. We're doing 8 to 5 for the first 3 days. The first 3 days are classroom. Everything after that is 7:30 to 4, which is a much better shift. 8 to 5, you're dealing with traffic, bad traffic on both ends. So I actually got there like an hour early. I got there at 7 or about 7:10, something like that. No, it's close to 7. I left about 6:40 and got there about 7 because traffic picks up about 7:05 to 7:15, somewhere in that area. So it's either get there an hour early or spend 45 minutes in traffic and get there at the last second. So it sucks. I'm looking forward to getting through the first 3 days. They let us out today an hour early, so I didn't have to deal with 5 o'clock traffic. But I took a wrong exit, and I ended up having to deal with 5 o'clock traffic. Like I got home at like 5:20, and I left there at 4 o'clock. Now 20 minutes of that was sitting in a Whataburger drive-through because they just took forever. But So we got there. I got there at like 7, and the one of the recruiters, Jennifer, told me that she's there every day at 7. That ended up not being true. She wasn't there at 7, and I was told she gets in there about 7:30, maybe 8. And the guy that told me that asked me if I was the one that didn't have the drug test. I was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" I said, "That's the reason I wanted to talk with Jennifer. I wanted to make sure that I don't get bumped." And he thought that I had not took a drug test at all. And I explained to him that no, I took it last Wednesday. I just haven't gotten the results in yet. And he said, "Oh, you're gonna have the results by like any time." And he said that we don't really need the results until we get to the driving part, which is on Thursday. So as long as I get it in by Thursday or end of day Wednesday, I'm good. The other thing that I found out that I needed to bring in, which I didn't know, was my medical card. They have a copy of my medical card. I've already taken it in there and they've already gotten copies of it. And DPS told me that it's not required by law that I carry it. So he wanted to see it day one and he wanted everybody to have it with them. And so I'm going to have to start bringing it with me every day. He told me it wasn't a big deal to not have it today. So I was a little disappointed that I wasn't like fully prepared to do all this. Made it past that. The trainer's really cool. His name's Gary. The way they have it set up is they basically have at least 4 trainers. They start a new class every week, and each class is on a different phase. They refer to it like high school, where it's like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. And there's a trainer assigned to each class. So Gary is our trainer. We're going to be with him throughout the entire thing. And, each group has their own trainer and their own truck, I think. So there are 4 people in my class. There's a maximum of 5 in any class, they said. And with 4, he said that we'll get a little extra drive time. And we'll all be able to test on Tuesday. He said we can only test a maximum of 4 people on a test day. So that works out really well. I'm not going to have to fight with them to be able to test on a Tuesday. Because if I have to wait till they have tests scheduled for Tuesday and Thursday. If I have to wait to Thursday to test, then I'm going to have to do the orientation the following week with USA Truck. That's where I'm planning on going. So what was after that? So basically, the first half of the day was WIFM. For anyone that's not familiar with training, what's in it for me? It's getting buy-in from people, explaining why they want to participate in the class, and how it's going to help them and stuff like that. That was a portion of it. Another portion of it was setting expectations. No profanity. What were they? They had 3 rules. One was no profanity. I'm sorry, I'm going to cough again. It's not really coughing, it's clearing my throat. I feel like I just finished eating. Every time I eat, it feels like I've got something in my throat. So no profanity. God, it was common sense stuff. I didn't even bother writing it down. No profanity was the only one that I was like, that one might be tough, because I let a word slip every now and then. And there were several words that slipped, and he said they were 0 tolerance policies. So nobody got fired today for it. I forgot what the 3 things were, honestly. It's bugging me now. But the first half of the day was what's in it for me and setting expectations for class about being on time, messaging him if we're not going to be on time, where to check to see if class is canceled, stuff like that. Second half, a little bit, like it was a little more than just the second half of the day. About 60% of the day was going over some like housekeeping stuff, like classroom requirement type stuff, like going through whistleblower, like a whistleblower PowerPoint and then doing a little test on it. I think the test was open book and you filled it out during the presentation or something like that. And then there was another one on uh, verifying that you know how to look up FMCSA regulations. They gave you one of the green book or something. It's this huge book that has I doubt it's all of the regulations because FMCSA is a convoluted mess. They don't have everything in one place. But if you get a ticket and they reference an FMCSA regulation, basically the little class was to verify that you know how to look that regulation up. And that was about it for the first day. We were supposed to go out over some hours of service training and a test, but he said that we didn't have enough time to do that, so he just let us out an hour early and told us to work on our homework. We have a total of like 8 homework items that we have to do, which is basically they gave us this big book, and each homework item is read a chapter and then answer the questions at the end of the chapter. And I thought, oh, well, that'll be easy. I'll get it all done in a day. Each one of these chapters is like 30 pages. So if every chapter is 30 pages, like the very first one was, then what is that? 8 times 30 is 240. 240 pages. I could probably pass the quizzes without reading the material because a lot of it is just the same stuff that you do on the endorsement tests. Uh, the so I mean it's a lot of common sense stuff. Well, not common sense, but it's a lot of stuff that I've already reviewed. But I'm gonna take the time to read each chapter and go ahead and test on it. Some of it I don't think was in the endorsement tests I took. Like some of the questions were like, what is the fine for not having your seatbelt on in Canada? What's the range? And it's, you know, a minimum of $60 up to $2,000 depending on the territory and the city that you're in and stuff like that. There's also like there were a bunch of questions about Canada stuff. Another one on Canada was seatbelt laws. Oh, that was the one on seatbelt laws. Like what's the fines, the range that you can get. The other one was on speed limits. Canada has laws in place that require trucks or semis to be governed at 65. And I'm not 100%. I think that's any truck traveling into those territories that have those laws, not just ones that are registered there. I'll have to dig further. It's nice to know that that exists. And if I ever go into Canada, then I'll have to dig further into that to get the details on it. Um, Other than that, it was not a whole lot to class. Um, the other 3 people in class seem pretty cool. What's really weird is they basically all said that they drive CDL vehicles already. Like, they basically all said that they have experience driving. So, like, we should be an all-star class. Um, we should all like we'll see how honest they were when we get behind the wheel of the truck on Thursday. I will say that at the beginning of class, um, a lot of people were kind of talking about how awesome they were doing, and I think that they were not really wanting to say that they were unemployed and broke. So nobody was really saying that at the beginning of class. Um, I except me. Like at the introduction thing, I basically said that like I'm all in on this. I've got to get this done. Um, Otherwise, I'm gonna go bankrupt. I quit my job. I'm living on borrowed time, and I got to do this. And I'm highly motivated. And later on in the day, most everyone started saying that they were pretty much in the same boat, unemployed and running out of funds. So we all seem to be highly motivated to uh, to get our CDLs. Seems like a good group of guys. It's all guys. Um, and I don't really remember much of anything else. Oh, they don't do anything at that location. They have a very, very, very small parking lot. I knew that when I looked at it through satellite, the Google satellite view. But it looked like they had enough room to do some backing maneuvers. And I was like, man, if they're teaching backing maneuvers in that parking lot, you're going to be really good at backing because you're basically just going to be doing really tight alley docks because it is really tight. No, they don't do anything at that location. They rent out like a mall parking lot. I forget what mall it is, but some mall parking lot. So every morning they spend like the first 2 to 3 hours doing pre-trips. And then they drive the trucks over to this mall that they lease space or rent space in. And they just do backing maneuvers there. I don't know how much street driving that they do, but they're at least driving the trucks back and forth. I don't know what the schedule is for like road driving. I'm sure that they definitely do some road driving to get you ready for the road test. But they said that the routine starting Thursday would be that we spend about the first 2 to 3 hours doing pre-trip, then we drive over to that parking lot, and we're there for the rest of the day. So at lunch break, we're not going to have access to our cars or anything. They said there is a Burger King right next to that parking lot that everybody goes to every day. And I really like Burger King. I might get burnt out on it after 3 weeks, but I might start tearing up some Burger King. But that's about it. That's all I can think of right now. There was, one of the things I was expecting in CDL school was bravado. It's the trucking industry, from my perspective, from my experience, is like a locker room environment. It's a lot of people. It's a bunch of Type A personalities. Um, it. I don't even know if you'd explain it that way because there's definitely betas, but it's a bunch of people that are like, it seems like everybody has like confidence issues, self-esteem issues, and they're trying to, like, I don't know, pump themselves up or make themselves feel, make it appear that they're a lot cooler than they are by like making it appear that they're wealthier than they are or that their life is awesome or whatever. And they're really negative to other people. Like if you say something like, yeah, I make this much money. And then they're like, oh, you only make that much money? I make that much, when I rolled out of bed this morning. That's the type of crap that you deal with in trucking. That's what I was expecting. And honestly, I didn't deal with any of that today at CDL University. Everybody was really nice. Everybody was like really, really nice. I even expected it from what they consider to be the upperclassmen. They have the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior mentality there. No, the people that were, on their fourth week were like, you guys are going to be kicking butt by the time you get to week 4. You're going to be out there like driving the truck like you own it. You guys are going to do awesome. Like those weren't the instructors walking by saying that. Those were the other students that were walking by and like talking us up and being like, this place is awesome. Like everybody was really happy. It seemed like everybody really liked all of the trainers, and they just really liked like everybody was really happy. It was weird. Yeah, it was pretty nice. I'm not too thrilled about all this homework stuff because I have to memorize the pre-trip, and they gave us a ton of homework, and I really want to read through it and do it properly, but I'm tempted. It's like open book quiz. Like the homework is to do a quiz at the end of a chapter. So I could, and he hinted that you can go into the index in the back and look up at words and it'll tell you what page it's on. So the trainer kind of hinted that you should just go through the quiz and look up the answers rather than read through the 30 pages and then do the quiz. But I think I'm just going to spend the entire first week or maybe even into the weekend getting that out of the way and then start focusing on the pre-trip after that. I want to get it done ASAP so I can spend as much time as possible on the pre-trip, because the pre-trip is a lot of memorization. That he gave us the pre-trip guide for his truck, the trucks that we're going to be doing our test on. I don't know how many pages it is. It's like 10 pages. It's going to be daunting, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Everything went really well. Everybody in our class seems fairly solid. I think we're gonna, knock it out of the park. Everyone is pretty much wanting to do something local. Everybody either has a local gig lined up, or they're just getting a CDL because their current job needs it or something. I haven't ran across a single person yet that's going over the road. Just me. That's it. And I told one person, the company that I was planning on going to, USA Truck, and he was like, man, USA Truck, I've heard a lot of bad things about them. USA Truck has a horrible reputation. Every time I mention USA Truck to somebody, they're like, USA Truck, man, have you done some research? Every time I mention USA Truck, they're trying to talk me out of going there. I've done a lot of research, and I hope that I'm able to accomplish what I want with USA Truck. And I hope they hire me. That would be so awkward. I mean, it's not the end of the world if they don't hire me, but I will have to make some quick plan changes. I don't really have a backup plan. I didn't find a good second option to USA Truck. So, I think that's about it. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to ramble about for a few minutes? The game's about to start. I just ate. My homework I finished in class, so I don't technically have to do anything tonight, but I'm going to try and knock out some other assignments. I have to make a copy of my medical card or my medical certificate, and I have to bring in my medical certificate. And there was one other thing that I had to do. Not really have to. I was going to type up the answers to my quizzes rather than just write them out on paper, but that's my OCD. Like, I want it to be like, I don't want it handwritten. But there's nothing wrong with it being handwritten. But anyway, that's about it. I'm testing. I think I said it at the beginning of the video. I'm testing this upload directly through the YouTube app, and we'll see how it goes. I did find out how to upload real easy from my phone to YouTube. I could just make a video with the camera app, and then I go into where the video's at and click on it and choose the share option, and it gives YouTube as an option, and it uses my credentials and everything to upload it straight to YouTube. So that's pretty nice. So we'll give this one a try, see if it shows up upside down or what's going on. If it comes in upside down, then I'm going to have to use that hack to rotate it, and it's going to take like 2 hours for it to redo the video when I do that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Josh, thumbs up the video, man, and leave a comment. All right, have a good one.